of Duty. It's launch day, folks. Welcome. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and good night today, friends. We're doing a meta interactive experimental episode today, but please stand by as we will be getting to some Call of Duty. I'm going to make this my default starting screen from now on when we do Call of Duty Chaos Madness. Before we begin, I do want to introduce a new special segment and or special show I may be doing, which I'll explain in a minute. But as far as a programming note for what we're about to endure, it's going to have multiple parts. We're going to do a little bit of Zepoverse world building, and if you've never joined us for that, hello, where have you been? We've got key episodes, for that is the central pillar of my project of Too Many Projects, should you not be aware. The project of Too Many Projects is available for you to enjoy and explore in its many multitudinous dimensions by clicking on solo.to/Mr. Zeppo. Self-promotion, code, self-promotion. Today, folks, you'll be joining me for multiple things, including a big, chunky, sweaty look at the new Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Launch day today. Through all of the, intermittently over the next several days and weeks, we're going to, be doing the breakdown. Join us for some Call of Duty madness that is a working MacGuffin inside the science fiction action adventure book series you haven't read yet, because I'm about to start writing it live on stream as part of my day-to-day stuff. Everything's getting reworked, reconfigured, re-engineered, and rebooted to be relaunched in early December, so tune in for all those changes. As for the immediate upcoming new experimental project, please stand by for details. Please stand by for details about a new experimental project here on the live stream show extravaganza you love to not watch, the almost daily live stream show. As we begin, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the one, the only, the amazing, the mystical, the magical, the Robotnik character from a book series I'm trying to write, DJ Zed, over there in the background. That's right, SeaTac Studios proudly presents SeaTac Studios, the production company that exists entirely in my imagination, proudly presents the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo's almost daily variety gaming and content creation live stream show extravaganza. That's myself and the DJ Zed on the music. Oh, I've still never edited this. I wanted to put a tiny DJ Zed in this picture for years, it feels like, and I haven't done it. Maybe we should do it now. Should we do it now, DJ, you think? What do you think? He says yes. He votes yes. We keep the music going. No, I don't want to get distracted. It's launch day, folks. That's right. It is launch day, and now I'm not 100% sure I have access to the game yet because I haven't really been paying attention to, but I know that people are playing the game. There may be a select few that have like a couple of days early access, and I just wasn't aware of that fact. We may not have access to it, so I just wanted to put in a quick disclaimer. And I also wanted to welcome you. Thanks for joining us. Before we begin that, we're going to indulge in a little bit of conversations with AI, ChatGPT, collaborative, Zeppelverse world building micro session, because I left some things hanging on a cliffhanger that even I am like, what happened? I want to know. So just checking my levels and making sure I can put it in performance mode. Be sure to keep it there. Hello, viewers. If you're watching on Twitch, please drop an emoji, drop a hello, drop a quick something in chat so that I can read your name without it scrolling past my face super fast. Speaking of which, we should do... Oh, I said Twitch just then, and I meant TikTok. We should do TikTok roll call, top of the show. Let's go see if and or whether or not we've had any viewers drop in. As you can see, we're in performance mode. And I'm hoping the balance of everything sounds right. When we pop over, we're also going to do an audio check. This is the backside of Twitch and the backside of TikTok and the inside of dashboard for Streamlabs. Let's show the player here. Audio check, audio check. And I'm hoping the balance of everything sounds right. When we pop over, we're also going to do an audio check. This is the backside of Twitch and the backside of TikTok and the inside of dashboard for... Okay, that sounded good to me. And I sometimes have issues with the balancing, but we actually got some magic numbers all teed up. Hopefully, but then again, I think last time I thought I'd figured out the magic balance numbers between this mic input and DJ Zed's input over there. People were still telling me like, bro, I can't hear you when DJ Zed is playing. No, joined recently, and that's it. We got one viewer so far. Welcome to the show. This is the backside of TikTok Live. Welcome to TikTok Live. Have fun interacting with your viewers in real time. Creators must be 18 or older to go live. Viewers must be 18 or older to recharge and send gifts. Remember to create a safe viewing experience by following our community guidelines. Indeedly do. TikTok Live, I try to do. Encourage your viewers to share your live and invite more friends. Hey, friends, share my live and invite more friends. Please and thank you. Thanks for dropping in. I'm being satirical and satirical. We're doing a little experimental thing here, friends, and we're about to tee it off. Let's, we want to turn off these chatbots. Bye-bye, chatbots. And in fact, I just want to go ahead and close this tab out. It ends up eating up a little memory. So I like to show off like the behind the scenes just to be different. Most streamers don't show you this side of the world. We're going to play some Call of Duty. But before we do, I want to warn you. We're going to play some Call of Duty, but we're going to play like, I think I'm going to play Variety Chaos style. And if you don't know what that means, I'm looking for the button, it's the wrong screen. If you don't know what that means, let me just give you an idea over here. I have almost all of those in the collection. World War II, Black Ops 4, Vanguard, Modern Warfare, the gray one, Vault Edition, Black Ops 7, As you can see, there's Modern Warfare 2, done. I mean, not done, have it. Cold War, yes. Modern Warfare campaign remastered, yes. Yes, already have that one. Yes to Infinite Warfare and Modern Warfare. Got those. Advanced Warfare. Got that one. I had the entire Black Ops collection. I've nerded out. But I'm not claiming, dear friends, never have I ever, bring me into a close-up, never have I ever pretended to be, like, better than everybody else, okay? And I'm not. And I'm not pitching shade at people who, like, literally label themselves as, like, number one or the best at this or whatever. Rock on. You feel you're the best at a thing, call it out. I'm not. I'm terrible. But I've gotten a lot better. More importantly, I'm actually a writer trying to write fan fiction infused sci-fi action adventure book stories on the internet live on stream. I also happen to be a robot. I also happen to be a fictional character inside my own book series. And sometimes my robotic self gets a little too robotic. Today on the show, we're going to be experimenting with silliness. Also, with a feature, I want to do a special feature thing. And I think I finally figured out how to do it. Anybody who's really been watching this show, and I don't think there are anybody, I think, except for Mr. White Wolf with a number at the end, who drops by and impresses me with their gaming prowess, or at least their tales of their gaming prowess. I have no way of knowing. I'm just kidding. I don't, but you know what I'm saying. I don't get a lot of human viewers, and that's fine. But one of the things I've been thinking about doing for a really long time is hosting like a special radio DJ style, like music deep cut episodic show, like it was like 80s, 90s, 70s, 80s, 90s airwave radio, like broadcast radio on FM. You know, back in the day when radio was the jam and like you could be a radio star. I always wanted to be a radio star and host like a wild, wacky, interesting. But there's no efficient way to do that without inadvertently violating terms of service on multiple platforms and theoretically violating the musicians and publishers and rights holders of the actual music. But then the other dime fell. And then the other shoe fell, and the dime hit the pennies. Whatever the saying is, you guys all have these weird sayings, but we all have these devices, right? And headsets. I want to test out the idea of creating a curated, prepped, planned for, not scripted, but planned for music listening party. In the way that, you know how there are places where the clubs are like silent clubs because you tune into a station and you listen on your headsets? You know what I'm saying? Like that. I want to host a live stream show, and I don't know if this will work or not. DJ Zed is playing in the background now so that what I'm talking about isn't too dull, but I guess we could totally just drop DJ Zed out of it. No offense, DJ Zed. DJ Zed, everybody. He's amazing. You're listening to the musical stylings of DJ Zed, my animatronic, personal best friend, butler, and lifelong party co-host. We might as well almost be networked together, although we absolutely are not. You are not probing me with your subroutines. Strange little Robotnik man that I adore. Don't get me wrong. We've partnered together for a very long time in a completely like artistic, creative sidekick partnership kind of way. I'm his sidekick, and he's my sidekick. You know, from each character's perspective. You'll see how it works out in the book series when I get around to actually writing that book series. But one of the things that happens in our many adventures of book series is that we retcon ourselves into goofy past historical eras where we were celebrity in a sci-fi retrofuturistic alternate universe version of your reality, where your technology in the past was like, you know, it's already been done. Obviously, people will say I'm just trying to rip off the Fantastic Four, but no, they're already doing a well-worn, well-beloved trope, which is going back to the past and giving it futuristic science fiction-y elements. Or a fictional, you know, merging periods to give a Victorian setting, but with, you know, steampunk technology. Ain't nothing new. I'm doing that with the Zeppo and DJ Zed branding in a way in one of the book series where we are disc jockeys of the AM shock airwaves playing for you special sets of deep cut music. Make sense? Do you get it? And also we're retconning it so that it's all like cannabis friendly and It's going to be the thing if it works out. Now, how do I've tried playing with some of the available licensing music apps for Streamlabs, because Streamlabs gives you a bunch of third-party options for doing that. And some of them are for, I think, just general radio commercial music, but they all fail to perform like my little humble machine that I pray will last me another 30 years and still work as good as it works right now, and if not, maybe somehow magically better and better over time. Your human technology does not do that. Our technology does, where we're from. But that's a whole story. Put a pin on the corkboard. What was I talking about, DJ Z? Oh, right. Imagine that setting. I always want to drop the reference, and I always forget what it's called. There was a TV show back in the day, set in a earlier era, I don't remember if it was the 60s or 70s, or maybe it was the 80s. But at a radio station. So a radio station, where there's the disc jockeys that just play music and do a little light commentary, and then like the talking head personalities that do talk shows, and the weather guy and all that, the whole shebang. I wanted to homage that show, reimagine it, but as a vehicle for our two Robotnik, Daft Punk style inspired characters. I had this idea before I ever heard of Daft Punk, but also it wouldn't be what it is if I hadn't have heard of Daft Punk. Okay, so put a pin on the corkboard there. Real, raw, radical, musical, and movie recommendation if you've never heard of Daft Punk, and if you've never listened to Daft Punk, we should do a deep dive Daft Punk episode if this takes off. So the totally silent rockin' radio club. Might add the word hour, right, DJ Z? I don't know. What do you guys think? Somebody tell me. Should I add the word hour? I love long, clunky titles. Vote. This is how it's going to work. It's going to work like those silent clubs. I'm going to curate my own custom experience of Muzak. I can't do it live on stream for you. I wish I could, but I'd be violating those musicians' rights. And I'd be violating terms of service on both the purple platform and the red and black platform. But what we can do together, which is totally legit, is do a special weird live stream show where you grab your phone, right? The way I'm grabbing mine. And you click on the link, which I'll probably be posting on one of my Facebook pages. I posted it on Gaming Mr. Zeppo today. I think I posted it straight to my personal profile. But if you jack into your phone, is this the right? No. Does this not work? Can I not? Wah, wah, wah. I swear to God, I thought I had a jack for this, and I don't think I do. Oh, well, never mind then. I guess I can't do it today. Is that not a fucking... Oh, that's where it should be. Oh, this entire time I was convinced this phone had this size audio jack, and it doesn't. And oh wait, I do have. Oh, but they're not charged. I have Wi-Fi earplugs. Okay. I haven't decided exactly how it's going to work, but let me explain the idea behind the totally silent, radically rockin'. Oh, I'm totally changing the title now. Discotheque Jockey Social Club is going to work. Here's how it's going to work. Are you ready? Are we on the right thing? Let's go look at the camera. We did TikTok roll call. We're in a main class. Close up. We're about DJ Z. I'm going to ask you politely to just stop at the end of this track, please. Okay? Thanks. Awesome. So in a hot minute, we're going to fire up Black Ops 6. I am thrilled about this. Do not misunderstand me. This robot is ready to get his robot brain melted by you humans, because this is something we're going to write a lot about in the book series. how I, as an artificial living synthetic nanotechnology animatronic robotnik being from a parallax dimension, cannot compete with your lightning fast human flesh and bone meat bags of electric bioelectric impulses. Like, you got just an edge. We can't simulate what you do. Anyways, that's a whole nother story. Pin on the kickboard. Pin on the cork board. That goes into the Zeppoverse world building backstory about my character Bucket. But before we do that, I already explained that, right? Okay. Where are we going? Boom, over here. Oh, right. I was explaining how this, and I changed the title, and that's what threw me off. Mr. Zeppo's Silent Rockin' Radio Club live stream episode 0 is live on YouTube. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to dismiss that thing that's trying to get me to pay for YouTube. I'm not going to pay for YouTube. You're going to pay me. Gosh darn it. Because this is going to go on YouTube. Okay, audience. Whether you're watching live now on either the black and red app known as the TikTok, or you're watching on the purple app known as the Twitch TV, or you're watching in the future over on the YouTube, or you're watching on some other social media platform because I've sent you a magic movie loop to tease you, join me on YouTube, find my playlist for episode 0, and get ready. No one's watching live now, but I'm going to simulate. Oh, someone is watching live. Hello, someone watching live. I'm going to simulate this, what I'm going to, just to kind of throw the idea around. This is sort of like not even a rehearsal. It's like a test of concept, proof of concept. Did I get a signage for this? No, I didn't. Okay. We made a loop. We didn't make a final, like, iPad signage. Dang it. Mental note. Make a thing. Boop. Personal corkboard. So here's how this radio club show, it's like a silent dance party. If you are watching this video now or in the future, pretend that you tune in on a regular basis because you like these curated music deep cuts of wild, wacky music from around the world that you probably never heard because, it's from before you were born. And although you may be familiar with some of them, I'm going to be going sideways and showing you some stuff just because it's just stuff I love. I'm going to share it. I'm going to share it as if me and my imaginary friend that sits in the corner staring at me judgingly are famous, world famous K-Rock. Don't sue me, K-Rock, because they still exist. But I'm going to pretend. I'm going to retcon. I'm going to probably go Z-Rock. Duh. KROQ. The world famous KROQ is a landmark in radio, okay? In real life radio. I'm going to satirize it by putting out by changing it to Z-Rock, and it was spelled with a Q, KROQ. Z-Rock FM, right? KROQ FM. I forget the number, but we're gonna fudge that. If they don't exist anymore, I'm gonna weep a tear of sadness. Ooh, random memory access. I did not mean to accidentally use the song from the Daft Punk album, although that's some fan fiction Easter egg layers of fun that's just spewing out of my mouth. Random memory access. I remember. Please remember this. Just let me spiral out of control here for a second. This happened in real life, and I want to capture it for the sake of the art. Are you ready? A real life core memory has been reactivated of the moment that I literally was in my car for reasons, parked at a beautiful bluffy park overlooking like a ravine between the hill I was on and the next range of hills in a kind of epic California state. Everything is huge, but we just carpeted it with buildings where we want to live, so it kind of doesn't feel like it's huge, but it is. And I was listening to a radio station that I really loved back then, past tense, because it no longer exists. And then I also don't remember what it was called, but it literally just played a song, stopped, and died. And then a new radio station was born. But it was such a weird experience because there was this moment where like they signed off the air and announced like, we're done. This radio station no longer exists. That was the last song we'll ever play. Thanks for all the memories. Peace out. And then there was like a little bit of dead air, just enough to make you go, what the fuck? And then, and then like this, I don't remember if it was like a minute and a half or like 3 minutes or like 4 minutes and 20 seconds. But if I did this, I would make it 4 minutes and 20 seconds. There was this like 4 minute and 20 second long, crazy, weird, jimble jamble of like it was just a cacophony of sound and tidbits of music and talking, and it was just layered and layered like some sound engineer that had studied sound design with passion, right, had mixed this and made it weird and wild and wacky, and it just had references and stuff, and there was Beatles and Zeppelin, and there was like a little bit of everything, and it was mind-boggling, and I'd never heard anything like it on the radio before. But I had always sort of wanted to make stuff like that because I'd learned some fundamental like engineering skills of like basic audio design and stuff through my theater training in the university I went to. At that program, there was sound design, basics, rudimentary stuff, nothing too insane. Also, back then, the technology was different at all levels. Like we didn't have the things that I'm looking at now. But I digress. It was this amazing weird mind of a thing that was on the radio, like live. And this was a really popular station that had just like said, goodbye, we don't exist anymore. So, I didn't know what was going to happen. I just figured it would just go dead and quiet. And then I would have to change stations. And then I would never land on that station again. But I was wrong, obviously. Because this thing happened. And then after forever, when it just kept going, it felt like it should be over, and then something crazy, weird, I don't even know how to explain it. Layers of sound, textured, wall to wall. I was out on this bluff probably, and like I had the radio cranked up because I had been rocking out to whatever the F music was playing because I loved that. It was a classic rock station. It was like a classic with a little bit of like futurism. It was an interesting mix of anyways, it played music that I loved to listen to, especially while driving. And at that point in my life, I did a lot of driving. Okay, all up and down this place on them dang freeways. But anyways, it was this bizarre experience to witness the birth of a new radio station. And that was the birth of dun dun dun. Wait. I don't remember the name of the radio station. Hold on, give me a second. Resetting. And that was the birth of Jack FM. And I literally witnessed it. And then suddenly like a song came on and just rocked out. And then the like station identification stuff started playing, and it was like born. And that suddenly that station, I'm not kidding, folks. I was emotionally drained by the experience in a weird way because I was so deeply attached by that station, and I barely had time to grieve in the dead space. Like they gave you just enough dead air. It was just enough dead air. Do you think it was like you're just lost in silence? And then cacophony of crazy sound. Well, it sort of built. It was geniusly engineered, whatever it was. I don't know what to call it. This expanse of cacophonous. That's the right word. Cacophonous soundscape. And then transition into pre-recorded. If you know Jack FM, then you know what he's at. The whatever that Jack. It's Jack, I guess. You know what Jack FM dude sounds like. Oh, God, I wish I had that job. That's a funny job. I'm trying to bootstrap myself into that kind of experience through the retconning of history in my action-adventure sci-fi fan fiction book series, and you could read sample pages about, by visiting this page right here. And I only say that to promote it briefly and to back out of the webcam space for 1 second. I need to attend to a little bit of something. A toast to that fallen station and to the birth of the news station that took over, because you know what? They turned out to be pretty interesting. I'll give it to them. Salute, or whatever. Insert your favorite toast slogan thing here. It was a wild experience, and it was live, and it melted my mind, and I thought to myself, wow, that station had millions of listeners. Okay, come back on the camera. Yeah, you good? Okay. That station had like millions of. Well, I don't know if millions is actually right. In the marketplace we're at, it had to have been millions of listeners, if not hundreds of thousands, enough that it might as well be millions. It obviously wasn't billions, because that's an order of magnitude out of this world. Billions is dumb. Like, don't be a billionaire, dudes. It's like ridiculous. Oh, sorry. Pin on the corkboard. That's a whole episode we need to do. But, okay, so as far as the experimental part of this new segment that I want to do, it's got nothing to do with that. I'm just, as you can see, I shared that story because we were talking about radio and talk show, and that was a real-life moment of live broadcast radio history, you know? And I lived through it. I was there. When Jack FM was born, live on my speakers in my Honda Civic hatchback. That still smelled new. Still had that new car smell in it. And what's the point? The point is, I want to A, capture that, and B, integrate that whole vibe, both aesthetically in terms of soundscape chaos. Now, I love doing sound engineering and sound design, but it can be wicked, crazy, silly, time-consuming, especially the crazier you want to get with it. And sometimes it just doesn't work out, and you spend hours. And other times, like, the problem is I can't do it fly on the fly, fast, live. It's boring to watch and listen to, right? I guess. Sort of like when I try to make signs, like, you know how sometimes I'm like, hey, join me to make content. Let's go poke a thing. Actually, let's go poke a thing. As we're rambling. Not this. Have you seen my new TikTok video? Check out my newest TikTok videos. And while you're on my TikTok page, be sure to visit my reblog page, because if you think the things I post are wild and wacky, you should see the things I've been curating for your eyes right over there. We're not opening that platform, though. I think I'm allowed to open my that platform as I live stream to that platform. I'm allowed to do that, right? That doesn't break. What are we looking for? I forgot. Oh, yeah. Broadcasting. Where is it? Not this one. Here we go. Maybe this will be the logo. I don't know. Totally Silent Rockin' Radio Club Show. Okay, so if you go to my Facebook, should I open Facebook? No, because you never know what'll pop up and who's going to be commenting. If you go to my YouTube page, the one with my face as the icon, not the other one. I have two YouTube pages. And you look at my library, playlists, click on the playlist thing. The very top one should be Mr. Zeppo's Silent Rockin' Radio Club live stream show. And the idea is I do a live stream where I play these on YouTube for myself, wearing these headsets, not broadcasting them on the live stream. You follow? You get it? But you guys tune in and listen along too. Mind blowing. Join me for that. It's going to be wild because I'm going to be curating some badass music. And if you think I don't have good music taste, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Because I think I've learned from some really talented, beautiful, well-tasted musicians, dare I say. But I invite you to join me for that. So I'm going to have the Robotnik robot voice do a little like practice run at reading one of the intro things. So this is all just kind of like spitballing the idea. It just hit me. I just curated the very first list. I don't know if you guys are curious. we're going to look at the list. Oh, this one's out of order. It's supposed to start with Sublime's Smoke Two Joints, but that's supposed to be at the beginning of every episode because reasons, obvious ones. And then it moves on to Purple Haze, which is like the one other song that sort of like sticks out, but that's just because I looked that up and I added it to this list. I coulda, shoulda, woulda, maybe trimmed it down. The rest is all Led Zeppelin. I forgot to add those two other like sore thumb that stick out songs to this intro thing. Hiccups and burps at the same time. I hate it when that happens. But the whole point is, I'm still gonna keep talking like when I live stream a video game. I'm gonna keep jamming, and you and I are gonna listen to the curated list of that episode of the day of the week together, and we'll pause in between songs. Like I'm gonna keep the chit chat in the middle of the song minimal, but you're allowed to chat. If you've never heard these songs, I'm inviting you to kick back, relax. If you're at home and you're of appropriate adult age, imbibe your favorite things to imbibe that aren't going to get you in trouble, and like close your eyes, put on your headsets, plug in your earphones, or if you've got the freedom to, fire up whatever badass, loud-ass speakers you got, as long as it's not the middle of the night and you're going to piss people off, and listen to these tracks with me any which way where you can really sink into them. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, friends? I think that'd be wild. Now, I wouldn't be violating terms of service, and we would be supporting all the artists. And of course, I'd be polling the audience for audience recommendations, be looking for cool, interesting, mind-boggling indie artists to feature. You get what I'm saying? And we can do it like maybe, I don't think I can put this together every day, but I can do this like once a week, maybe, to start off with. Let's aim for, well, right now we're just workshopping it. I'm just workshopping the idea in the middle of a video game episode. So anybody who dropped in to be like, where's the video game? I'm explaining a concept, and this is the way my shows always go. This is the pre-game chat lounge session anyways. I'm going to ramble about stuff, and then we're going to get to the video game action, and then we're going to talk to ChatGPT. Or maybe we'll do ChatGPT first, because we got to talk to that pesky AI goddess of ours for a hot second. Actually, why did I close their screen? Okay. Are we on desktop view? Where are we? Who's managing the thing? No, you guys are still over there on the... oh my god, you guys are still over... I've been rambling at the camera. I've literally been rambling at the camera this entire time, like acting at the camera with everything I said. And you guys have been staring at my iPad desktop with nothing up. Not even my ad. Good grief. Go to my thing. Go to solo.to/Mr. Zeppo and read my book series. You can, if you really like the DJ Zed music, I think that should still be happening. I need to review that. I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry, DJ Zed. I don't know what's up with SoundCloud. If you want to read the book series that I'm always talking about, that we're going to be workshopping and writing right here live on stream for you, there's already tons of material up. It's not like there's nothing to read. Go over there. Support the thing. Okay. Let's go back over here. Can't believe I left you guys on iPad hang for so long. So the idea is, I'm going to say it again. I'm going to explain it again, just in case anybody that is watching is going to follow along. And then, hold on a second. I also want to the more I ramble about it, the more refined the idea gets. And maybe also, the more likely I'm going to find like things that I want to preserve and or remember and or put as pins on the corkboard. Do you know what the pin on the corkboard is? Find out. Tune in for more. Catch up with us, friends. There's stuff happening. Okay, so I'm going to read you the playlist first because the full playlist is here, and the playlist on the auto script reader voice is kind of incomplete. But Mr. Zeppo, DJ said, I'm sorry your name is not on the YouTube thing. I didn't think it was going to fit. I should probably edit it and add your name somewhere in there. Mr. Zeppo's Silent Rockin' Radio Club live stream show, episode 0, playlist, Purple Haze, Jimi Hendrix Experience, Ramble On, Led Zeppelin, right? The rest of these are Led Zeppelin. So Ramble On, from the remaster. Kashmir from the 1990 remaster. Dazed and Confused, also remaster. And these are, I always listen to the remasters because they just sound really great. The Rain Song, Gallows Pole, What Is and What Should Never Be, Nobody's Fault But Mine, When the Levee Breaks, and Fool in the Rain. Smoke Two Joints is supposed to be at the top. I'm going to probably delete those two because, actually, you know what? No offense to either other artists. They kind of don't fit. This is supposed to be a Led Zeppelin experience. I'm going to remove from playlist. Sorry, Smoke Two Joints. I was fooling with the idea of always starting every one of these future Silent Rock and Radio Club live stream episodes with Smoke Two Joints. If you've never heard that, go listen to it. I especially love the opening preamble. And if you've never heard of Jimi Hendrix, are you even music? King? Like what? Get GTFO with that. Go sort that out right now before we even do this. But forgive me, I've removed them from this playlist officially. All right, so Mr. Zeppo's Silent Rock and Radio Club live stream playlist for episode 0. This is episode 0 testing ground. We're going to play some oh, that's right. I was about to try and plug in this headset, and I just remembered that it doesn't work that way because I have no jack over there. I guess I'll try listening to my little weird Bluetooth headsets, but I didn't like the way they sounded. Well, there was something else we wanted to do. Well, we've rambled on long enough. I might as well do a new TikTok roll call. Let's pop on over. Jumping through the infinity portal of desktops. Here's the backside of that. We've been making some, hopefully, decent clips. We got user 8 something, Jordan, Pappy Pops, Chris956, 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 Chris956. Error code, too many Chris's, 956. Thanks for dropping in, all 9 of you viewers. That's fun. Okay, so does the idea make sense? I don't know. Will people care? Will people care? I'm not sure. You know what I mean? There was a question I wanted to ask ChatGPT, and I've just forgotten. Wah, wah, wah. Okay. We're back over here. We have 1 viewer on Twitch. We have 1 viewer on TikTok. Thank you for being here. The idea being like a silent discotheque club. This will be a silent social radio club where I curate the playlist and you go find it and you go listen to it. Either because I did it, I haven't decided if I'm going to make it virtual, like, hey, go listen to it, and then we'll come back next episode and talk about it. Or literally in real time. Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to do, was put these headsets on. Literally in real time, actually listen to it. And then as people show up to the show, like, talk about, like, hey, this doesn't make sense if you aren't listening to this. Here it is. Go listen. But you get the idea. Before I try to figure out whether or not these are even, I don't even think these are charged. I probably have to plug this into something and charge them. Where do I plug this charger in to charge them? This is a weird shaped charger. I don't remember ever charging them. They're probably not going to work. They're probably dead. Let's have the note reader read the thing. Let's go back to that's why we were in desktop mode. I was like, why are we in desktop mode? I blanked out for a second there. Boom. Dear, where are you, speech? Come here, speecher. Start speaking.
Introducing an all-new experimental segment. CTAG Studios proudly presents the Totally Silent Rockin' Radio Club, hosted by Mr. Zeppo and DJ Z. Join us in this experiment. Imagine we are way back in the ancient 80s, an retro-futuristic alternative variation of your own dull and dreary timeline in which two funky and fabulous robots known around the world as the infamously irascible duo, the incorrigible Mr. Zeppo and DJ Z, tune in and get an earful of groovatastic old school music as if you were listening to a real live early FM radio talk show on the 80s airwaves. Except it's this wild and wacky experimental live stream show you are watching right here and right now, all without violating any professional musician's real-world music rights. Use the power of your imagination and your mobile device to imagine you are tuning into your new favorite retro sci-fi radio music talk show with your favorite robot radio disc jockey co-hosts from a parallax dimension, Mr. Zeppo and DJ Z. Fire up your copy of YouTube Music. Find the profile for Silent Rocking Radio Club and catch up to whatever song is currently the playing son on the playlist. Discover long forgotten artists you've probably never heard of and trip out inside your mind while you also support those original music artists without violating any music rights or terms of platform's use agreements. You play the music on your device as you watch the live stream Silent Radio Rock talk show hosted by fictional characters that are writing a book series in front of your eyes live on stream. Let's do a mini session right here and right now. To test the idea, pull up YouTube Music and search for the following artist and songs, and listen to them in the order lined up below. Kick back, close your eyes and go on minute's journey. Go, and come back to discuss with the rest of the live stream audience. Today's imaginary song set: Led Zeppelin's Ramble on Kashmir, Dazed and Confused Gallows Pole. What is and what should never be Fool in the Rain. Back to reality. Did you go listen? Did you feel the feelings? I sure did. Next script. Error code 420. 420. 420. End segment. End segment.
Here's the playlist. Oh man, that was rough. Also, I forgot that I didn't set up like a special screen or page to which to feature the chat on the chat visual. That's a thing. So we're just rough and ruddying it, testing the idea. Anybody who's seen my show long enough knows that I do occasionally. I used to do them like once a day. I do this start of faux automated introduction script, and then I put it on the starting page, but I make the chat sort of float against the, like a blank screen so that it kind of feels like Star Wars. Anyways, blah blah blah. Did you hear the robot voice? Did you listen to what it said? Imagine, if you will, that you go and you listen. And, okay, again, to explain, this is how there's probably some service that I can pay. Maybe YouTube, I can pay them. I don't know how. I haven't seen a YouTube version in Streamlabs. There are Streamlab music players that let me play music, and that I could build some sort of goofy radio show around this. But I want to specifically find, the only reason there's no partnership with YouTube. They're not sponsoring this. This video is going on YouTube after I'm done making it on live stream. But the reason I'm doing it is because they have everything. No matter how you slice it, they got everything. And if you can't find it on YouTube, you might find it on Spotify, I guess. But you can search for a song and an artist and pick it. They don't really have everything. They have everything old. And this is going to be like a retro. I'm setting it as if it was in the 80s and 70s, and it was a classic retro music station. Okay? And the gimmick is you're going to listen along. You're going to click on this playlist, and then you support, by clicking on my playlist of it. But I'm also going to live stream it. I got to get the headphones working. I'm going to tease a little bit of this right. Oh. But see how the commercials got to automatically play anyways? And if, let's say there's 30 people watching, all 30 of us are going to skip this ad. And then we're going to listen to this Led Zeppelin song, which I'm not going to play any more of, or else I'll get in trouble. But if you've never heard Ramble On by Led Zeppelin, my dear friend, you are missing the F out. So the other way I was thinking about doing this, if I couldn't plug headsets in, or if I don't like the quality of these, I guess I should probably just stop babbling and figure out if these have a charge still. I haven't used them in like a year, so I don't know if they're gonna have a charge. They might not, and if I want to actually use them. Oh, I don't remember. You have to like push a weird button. When I guess I have to. The other way I can do it is if I don't put on my headsets, I could mute my mic and just blast it on my really nice speaker, which I would like better. But then I wouldn't be able to talk to you in the middle of the song. But the idea is for all of us to do it together. It'll be a really boring video to watch if you don't go to the playlist. Because I'm going to sit here. It's going to be really weird for new people. Like imagine someone dropping in, and I haven't even played any music for a hot second, and we've been on apparently for 54 minutes and 54 seconds. Bing! Magic! I need to take a break. I do need to take a break. Am I out of tea? I might be out of tea. It's lukewarm. Talk myself hoarse. That's probably enough. I guess I'm just putting this out there. I'm rambling about it as part of the show for this episode because it hit me and I wanted to do it, and I put it in the going live promo loop at any rate. And I wanted to just like blurt it out there and make Magic Movie Loops about this idea so that y'all would find out. And I think it'd be fun to do. Great music. Everyone is listening to it on a separate device than what I'm live streaming on. So you're watching the live stream. You're listening on your phone on YouTube. And we're having a rocking good time chatting about the songs. And it's kind of aimed at people who've just never heard certain deep cuts of classic music. And then also to attract people who love classic rock and old music. And it doesn't even have to be rock. We'll eventually move on and be like, and now we're going to go into classical, bruh. We're going to school you kids on some jazz. You never heard of Birdland? And you call yourself a music person? You love music? You never heard of Birdland? Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe I'm going to bring as the character. So it's sort of and I'm going to do it even if it's weird and awkward and cringe, because it's gonna be the material to be the rough draft working MacGuffin, for the, at some point in the story, in the future, my characters are presented with all this material and listen to myself ramble about all these ideas and stuff, because the point is, I am a robot from a parallax dimension, sent here to warn you, dear humans, zoomans, with your ambulatory meat sacks of blood and bone, that you're wrecking yourselves and your planet and your universe with your choices. And you gotta not just put it in reverse and back the F up, but flip it around and make a whole U-turn, because whoa there, friends. And so if I can work that kind of messaging into all the content, no matter what we're doing, and also entertain the minds of people with brilliant music that they've never heard of before, right? And in the book series, I'm just going to write the novelization of that happening, and of the characters in the future finding out that it happened because it got presented to them. And there's a point that doesn't seem to make sense at first, but that's the mystery you're supposed to find out by reading the book series. Dun, dun, dun. Also, great music is great music, right? So it should vibe with people. And I think this Led Zeppelin playlist is pretty dope. I should take a break. And part of me is anxious and wants to act out the whole thing. Part of me is also but I labeled this Call of Duty, and I probably shouldn't then, because that's about probably 45 minutes worth of music, right? Oh, I don't have it up. But here's the audience participation challenge. Go find this playlist on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. There's a direct link, I think, to my YouTube channel on my solo.to page. So it all connects right on through in terms of self-promotion. Go find this playlist and pretend that you're listening to my radio show, the radio show I just described, and just listen to the playlist. Just kick back and listen to this playlist. And I'll probably come back and actually do the show as envisioned, as I've just pitched in a future episode, because we're going to get back on track for what we titled this episode to be about, which is launch day of Call of Duty. I'm actually anxious and nervous and excited and thrilled because I've been waiting for that game to arrive for a hot minute. I just did that thing again where I was in no cam mode and I was flashing things at the camera. Go look at, I did this. Go look at this. See, camera time. Go look at this playlist. I've already shared it on my socials. I can probably share it to more socials. Ooh, that's what we'll do. I don't know what socials everybody's on, but right now we're going to share it to all the fun random socials. Do we have, is this, there we go. We just shared it on X. I don't know if I've got a bunch of Discord followers, but I could share it on Discord. That's everything. Share with other apps. What other apps do we got over here? It doesn't show me very many other apps, but I do have copy link. I think I already got that. I'll make the rounds on all the usual socials that people follow me on, and hopefully it will bring hopefully that'll create some buzz. Come on through. If you've never heard Led Zeppelin, dude, are you even alive? Are you even alive? Seriously. I know. There's a lot wrong in the world, and I realize that I'm speaking from a place of artistic privilege to be able to like focus on whatever I want to make and it be weird and wonky, and also manage to utterly fail at it. But in theory, this new rebranding and this new packaging and this new doubling downing is going to really knock it out of the park this year. Join us as we reboot the entire concept of everything here at the Zeboverse. Tune in for more. I'm going to take a little break, folks. So that's the idea pitch, right? After this break, we're going to get to Call of Duty. If anybody watching here now, present in the live stream, or not, because you're watching in the future, you got thoughts, you got ideas, you got suggestions. Thank God I got the camera up. If you're curious, check it out. Take a deep dive listen. Just sit down, relax, plug in the earplugs, crank up the speakers. I've said all this before, but I cannot emphasize to you how excited I am for this idea. I am going to come back and really sort of do the whole, like, I'm a radio disc jockey, and we're going to chit-chat. We're going to talk about it. We're going to ooh and ah. We're going to fanboy and fangirl and fan squirm out at these songs. And then we're going to, like, think about other songs to pick. I probably should also do some research because, you know, I've never found out whether or not Led Zeppelin and its members have any controversy lurking about that might offend people. And they might very well have had, seeing as I don't think they're around anymore, and they certainly aren't around in the future. But here the point will be always on that show, on this idea, will be the music. And I hope that if you like music and you're curious about music you've never heard of before, that's been around, and you just missed it because, you know, you're new on the planet, that you might take this salty old dog's random recommendations on the once in random occasion that I do this weird segment and check them out and then share them because, you know, music is for everybody and music feeds the soul if you have one. And if you don't, you can regenerate. I think, at least according to the lore I am aware of. Alrighty, friends. I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be sneaky and snarky and weird and rude. I'm going to go ahead and end this episode. DJ Zed, fire up some play us out of here music to play under me. I'm going to go ahead and just wind this episode down, take a little tiny break, rest my voice, get some tea, maybe make a new cup, and come back, and we'll dive right into the experience. I may even do it directly from the Xbox so that there's like no jibber jabber and no overlays and no webcams. But we are coming back, folks, to dive into the one, the only, the already controversial Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I I am curious. I kind of want to just launch the game right now, even though I just announced we were winding down. I've been on for an hour, 4 minutes, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and we haven't done much besides me brain farting about this crazy idea that I have, and mostly just redundantly describing the concept over and over and over again. You know why? I was trying to land perfect blind clip loop thingies using the Twitch button instead of, well, as an alternative or as an initial rough draft for if and or whether or not I get around to doing it through the Magic Movie Loop maker of the supposed AI system. Ugh. There's so much hustle in this hustle, folks. Let me tell you, it's wild, it's wacky, it's weird, it's real, it's sometimes cringy, but it's totally heartfelt and unscripted. Join me for more in just a bit. Should we? You know what? There's probably updates and shit. Why not? Let's do it. We're going to fire up this game. DJ Zed. Oh, that's perfect timing. Cut it out. You're going to stop right there. Boop. Thank you. And we're going to jump. I'm going to do this. I'm going to mute myself. I'm going to crank up the Xbox audio. And just to get through the like, ooh, you require an update. And the ooh, ah, very first moment experience of checking out the onboarding of what should be, well, who knows? It'll be a little bit of wah wah deflating flan in the cupboard if I'm wrong and I don't have access yet. I either do already or I don't, and I'm not sure which. So I swear I've seen people on stream already streaming it. This has been me vamping because now we're closer to midnight. And if it's not available yet, I can just play a couple matches and call it quits and then come back at midnight and play it. But welcome to our ongoing launch day celebration. One of the things I am absolutely going to do is it's so I got to dig around to find where's the franchise. One of the things we are absolutely going to do, friends, in the coming hours, days, and weeks. Hold on, let me start over again because I want to make this a promo loop. There's no DJ's head, right? Okay, just silence. Let's reset for a minute and get ready to make we're creating content. Are you ready, friends? Hang on. I got to clear my throat. 1 second. Oh, hiccups and burps all at once, and it hurts my brain. Ow! I'm a robot. Error code robot burps. That was weird. What the F is going on? It's for the outtakes. Okay. All right, here we go. What are we doing? All right, I just pushed the button too many times. I'm going to wait a hot second. I'm going to get some silence. And then I'm going to say, oh, I should put the camera on. No, I should leave it without the camera. We can do one with the... No, because the camera probably covers the name in a dumb, awkward way. We'll leave it without the camera. I'm gonna give myself a little like starter silence, and then I'm gonna come in with my best Call of Duty, Mr. Zeppo plays it, announcer voice, invite you to join us for newly revamped and reinvigorated Call of Duty Wild Card Variety Chaos Madness. Rehearsal 1. Okay, that was good. Here we go. And starting in 3, 2. Join us for Call of Duty Complete Collection Variety Chaos Variety, as we jump through many multiplayers and campaign modes of all the different Call of Duty games that I've got at my disposal. Join us for Call of Duty Chaos Call of Duty Collection. All the games you see listed here and more. In rotation like a rotisserie chicken, the Call of Duty Chaos Collection. Come on through, folks, and join us for... That's right. You can join us for the Call of Duty Collection Variety Chaos Rotation. Join us for more. Okay. There we go. Enough shameless making of self-promotion, promotional materials. That's cool. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to crank up the Xbox volume, and we're just going to enjoy We're just gonna enjoy legit the onboarding, because I don't know what's happening now. If it's new, if it's different, if it's actually available or not, we're gonna test that. And then if it is here, if it's already available, then I just want to see how it fires up and enjoy it and savor it, because I am that level of design nerd, whether it's for any video game, but also because I'm an unabashed Call of Duty fanboy. It's going to be a thing. Okay, here we go.
"2025 was just the beginning."
Menendez already caused enough suffering. That's not gonna happen again.
They want to peek behind the curtain. Let's show them what we got.
Okay, it is here. It is here. here. It is here. It is here. I don't want to actually start it. Be honest, folks, because if we launch it, it's going to drop us into something. It's going to play something awesome to start it, and then it's going to drop us into something. You know what we will do? That's Black Ops 7. Whoa. Let's go. That's Warzone. Here's all games. For funsies, because I want to take screenshots and micro clips, we're going to go through and click on and launch every game in the collection available in the new engine headquarters launcher pad. And yes, folks, that's something that people don't realize. They launched a completely new engine for all of Call of Duty franchise with Modern Warfare 2. And people still to this day don't understand that. Anyways, we're going to do this is a little content creation. We're not actually going to play any Black Ops 7 just yet. Not yet. I'm going to do this because I don't know how else to, let's make sure we're looking at this here. Join me for a quick discussion. Content creation is a nuanced and sophisticated thing, but I'm trying to do it live. And, you know, it's hard to explain what's in my head right now, but I want to make a little montage of all of the different Call of Duty games in the collection. And this will be a first stab so that I can make a little bit of sub-content where I then add my own fictional overlay of like fan fiction narration of my ideas set against the background of like, you know, the launch screens of all the games. I'm not trying to crank out all the original writing right here, right this hot second. This is like the busy backlog backwork of like I've forever, and I kid you not, I am not exaggerating. I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's rear end. Forever ago, in terms of the time frame of me doing this project of Too Many Projects here live for your entertainment and my self-commodification, I've had the idea of making this composition of like, let's click on all the things and grab all the screenshots because I don't have them. There's plenty of available like usable imagery and media, but like I don't have like the arc that I have in my mind, right? Which is Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. Actually, Vanguard, Cold War, Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, Warzone, Black Ops 6. And then, when we actually launch it, Black Ops 7. So to get those screen grabs and micro magic movie loops that I'm using the 30-second button on Twitch, I'm going to launch each of these and just do it right now. It's going to be weird and tedious, and I don't know if people are going to see this and going to care. But I don't know how else to grab the foundation layer of imagery and moving picture so that I can remix and make my own original stuff that is like a montage of like fanboying out over the artwork that is all the different ways that the game onboards, right? And just the environment that each of the games build as they launch for you and set you into multiplayer or the campaign mode, etc. And you know, some of the that should be a whole separate episode. That could be like 2 hours, 3-4 hours easily if we go into cutscenes. We're going to keep it at just the launch sequences. So like to start screen, or else it'll take forever. No. This is intense because I totally wanted to do it, but now I'm like, it's here. Black Ops 7 is here. We don't have to wait till midnight. I literally thought I was going to have to wait till midnight. As a gamer, and I know there's way more important things to be happy about or grateful for, but as a gamer, inside of that little tiny gaming is important to me box, which is irrelevant compared to other things, I assure you I understand. The zen in me is zenning out about it all. But I get it. I've been looking forward to this for a hot minute, and I know millions of other people have too, even the ones that hate this game. You know, because the lovers and the haters and the trolls, we're all one big happy family, if you think about it. Okay. I know what I'm going to do. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the break now, and the launch screen action, this whole idea of the movie making, that's going to be part of the next episode. That's going to make it all balance out. Rock on. We sorted it. I sorted it in my brain. This is the way it works. I'm sorry that I'm a cuckoo crazy nut job that is word salad vamping the book series out of his mouth. It's fan fiction set in a world where Call of Duty and all the other games coexist in one big metaverse of video games that are not video games because they're actually real life, or so it seems, real life contests of metal that decide real world geopolitical decisions in the futuristic setting that is the Zeboverse book series, which you can read at Wattpad. Follow my links, solo.to/Mr. And now, it's fun for a while. I will do that. I'm going to break the stream. I'm just kind of word spewing stuff to make content about making content. We will be right back, folks. I'm excited. It's here. It's ready. It's already preloaded. I don't have to download it. There's no more updates. We're going to do the weird thing. We're going to do the weird movie thing. Hang on. I'm on the wrong screen. We're going to do the fun movie clippy thing, the making content of making content. And then we're also going to play. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to be different. We're going to play a match in every game that's here on the thing. I don't think I'll go further back. We're going to play one multiplayer match. I just haven't decided if we're going to start with Black Ops 7 or if we're going to start with Vanguard. But that's what we're coming back to next. All of which gets woven into the action-adventure universe of the book series that we're writing. We're going to be writing first thing in the mornings on live stream, so be sure to join us for that as the Zeboverse world building project explodes as I bootstrap it into existence after rebooting some thinking about it. I'm going to stop rambling. Thank you for joining me if you joined me live. Thank you for joining me if you joined me after the fact in the not-too-distant future. And remember, all of this is a working MacGuffin inside a book series that I'm writing and developing that's actually really meant for super meta AI singularity robot machines in the future, because no human being would ever be able to read it all in one lifetime because there are too many books. Because I'm a robot sent here from a parallax robot dimension to write books to warn you, dear humans, about how effing effed up you've effed up and how you could possibly un-eff it. But you choose not to, and we got to have a talk about that. So, join us for the discussion. It's also comedy, parody, satire. Don't get all bent out of shape. But also, I got some serious words. And then we'll do it on Call of Duty. And yeah, if you beat me in Call of Duty, you beat me in Call of Duty. But that doesn't mean, much, does it? Also, we're going to be writing book series. Did I already say that? Peace out. I'll be back in a minute.